taken the time to visit one of like Wetzel County?
I've been on several locations.
That's ground zero with Marcellus Shale in West Virginia, and we actually, several of us took the time to go there and visit and see and talk to the local people. They've been living with this for 4 years. Many other places in West Virginia is barely starting, and the impact in Wetzel County is just heart-wrenching to see how people have lost their land. The water is poisoned. People are getting rashes. Animals are getting rashes. Babies are being bathed in this water. And I would love to invite you to take a minute, just visit Wetzel County.
Senator Edgell and Senator Kessler represents that district. And we just had this conversation. I believe that Chesapeake is the big producer up there, but I might have that off a little bit. But anyway, one of the things that they have said was that when these locations start and during the process, it looks like a war zone. But when they get done and over, they don't look quite so bad. The Department of Highways has told us that Chesapeake, up to date, has paved some 120 some miles of road in this state. And now let's talk about that for a second. One of the things on roads that we have put into this, when you permit a well, you will notify the Department of Highways 30 days in advance before you start. The Department of Highways will go out and film the road that you're going to be working. When you get done with that project, they came back out and they filmed that road again. You will not be issued a permit to produce that well until the roads are fixed. That's how it works.
I have a problem with that, though. We have so many rural areas and people with health problems. But you need to get in there and get them out in a timely manner.
Okay, let's talk about that.
My husband lost his life due to the well in the area that I live on.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
And, you know, now that he's gone,
Sure.
the ink wasn't dry on the obituary, so they called me and said, well, gee, can we move the road over on your property here and redo this curve? It's difficult for our people to come in. It wasn't important enough for him to get out.
Well, in the new regulations, there's an emergency evacuation plan that has to be filed with the emergency services people, the highways people, and the drilling people for exactly that situation of what happens if there is an emergency, and they're to coordinate that, like I said, with the different.
I talked with them when they started the well. You know, this is what we have to deal with.
Right.
We've got that hour window to get the, you know, the blood thinner for the MIs, and you know, I'm 10 minutes away from the hospital. I made the mistake of calling them in, but they couldn't work on it. We sat 20 minutes in the yard because the road was too difficult for them to work on.
Well, like I said, in the new rules that we're putting in, there is an emergency plan, and that's what's in there.
That's why we need them now. We don't want to wait till next week.
Well, I'm not sure if that's in the emergency rules or not. I can't speak for that. But I do know that in what we're doing, that is in there, that they have to be an emergency. And it's not only for that, it's for accidents on the location. Forest fires was one that they spoke. They named off several different school bus incident, weather incidents, and things like that. So they have to get together with the different emergency services people and the highways department and file what they call an emergency plan.
Does that deal with also off-site accidents? Like the one with the truck that overturned into the...
Well, you know, I don't know how you're going to deal with that. I mean, what are you going to do if you're going home today and there's a wreck on the interstate?
Well, I would think there should be some responsibility there.
Well, there will be responsibility to whoever wrecks, but as far as you being inconvenienced, there's no way around. I mean, accidents are going to happen. I mean, there's no one denying that.
But my concern...
I mean, airplanes drop out of the sky occasionally.
My concern about that is what, you know, was he carrying fracked water? Was he carrying... clean water?
I don't know what you're talking about. But we do know the 424 and the new bill has full disclosures of all the chemicals that they're using.
Does it really?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a step
does.
forward.
And it was volunteered by the fracking companies.
Because they've always taken a proprietary position that's proprietary information and it wasn't public.